see from the title, I am still alive, and I'm only half kidding with that title. I didn't really come close to dying, but oh my gosh, I got sick and I was out of it. There was a solid week of just all I could do to come down to feed the fish and back to bed. And then the next week after that, I was, recovered a lot. I was back at work, but by the time I get off work, I was wiped out. I couldn't get anything done in the fish basement. And then only this third week have I finally got back onto the projects here. And I think that's what we're going to do in this video, is we're just going to touch off on all the stuff I'm working on. So there's been progress made on the 3,000 gallon Predator Bait 3000, some serious progress. And actually, the type of progress that's going to bust that wide open. There's been a little bit of progress on the 1,200 gallons, the double 1200s, but we'll show you that as well. And we'll do some more progress on that in this video, as well as we'll finally get those lights set up on the 4,500 gallon bog filter. So we'll get that more lit, and then we'll touch on a couple other tanks, and since it's been 3 weeks, just get you guys back up to speed with everything that's going on here, and show you some cool progress on some big tanks. Well, this is one of those odd ones. It also falls under the category of I show you guys everything, good and bad. So I'm just sort of going around the fish basement because it's been such a long time since I had a video out, and obviously you'll see all the other stuff I'm working on, but I was just showing some of the other tanks, and I got to the discus aquarium. You see everyone's doing awesome, everyone looks fine, and then what the heck do I see down there? I have a dead discus. I mean, I see the tank every day. Everyone was fine yesterday, eating out of my hand. Everyone else still looks fine today. And yeah, I have one dead discus. And this guy kind of hiding up there, but that is bizarre. I haven't seen any sparring or fighting or anything. And I'm looking at the body there, and I don't see any signs of distress or illness or anything. That is bizarre. Very bizarre. Well, I'm obviously gonna take him out, and I'll take a look and see if I can figure out what is going on. But yeah, that was a shock. I did not expect that at all. Also too, I'm gonna give everyone else the once over, make sure. I mean, they all look great, but just in case, I don't know what would have caused that. But like I said, everybody else looking good. Definitely eating strong. That's a weird one. Well, I discovered something in the 4,500 gallon. Let's go over here where there is no supplemental lighting, and we have the little plants. They have the windows, but it's not doing the job. Everywhere we get over here, right in front of the lights, the plants seem to be way bigger than anywhere else. I think I figured it out. I think the plants, they like this light. Whoops, as I trip over wood. So yes, I think because it seems pretty obvious that the plants are digging the lights, I think it's time that we add the lights to the bog filter 33 feet that way. Let me go down there and show you. Okay, so yes, I've discovered what we all know, but jokes aside, let's get this set up. So as you can see, I start off with a wood bar that I had painted black, which I have over here ready to go. So I will get that extended up here, and then I'll do a single hook like over there, which I have here in the middle, just to direct the cable back to the power source there. And then of course I've got 2 more floodlights, so we are good to go there. But I have finally run out of timers and the little black extension cable, so I need to run up to the store and get that. So I'm going to get those 2 items, and then we will add a, what do we got so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll add a 5th set of LED lights right on the bog filter. So we'll kick this growth into overtime. So real quick update on the Growouts for the 4,500 gallon. Basically, I am just power feeding these guys and changing a lot of water to try to grow them out as fast as possible. Because I mean, like you guys, I'm the same way. I can't wait to see these guys inside the 4,500. So I feel like I'm close with at least some of the silver dollars, but I don't want to take any chances. So I want to put them in as a large group. In fact, I want to put the the flagtail Protelotus and the silver dollars in together. So I want to make sure that group is big enough to go in. So that's part of the reason I've been power feeding so much. A lot of pellets down there for those guys. Of course, the arowana are getting big and jumpy as always, but I've been trying to work with them every day. I've been changing the water a lot, like once a week, and I've also been putting my hand in there, just sort of trying to do stuff around them and have them calm down, because at first they were just crazy jumping, but just me putting my hand in there each day and just sort of messing around them, it's chilled them out quite a bit. So when I'm doing water changes on everything, not so jumpy, so hopefully I can socialize them a little bit, but obviously they won't go to the big tank till they're bigger. Same with the bass. Right now they look too edible for a big peacock bass, so I have a feeling that well, first of all, I'll just continue with the frequent water changes and the power feeding, and I think it's going to go 2 stages. Probably the silver dollars and flagtails first, and then everybody else second. The bumblebees, the arowana, and the peacock bass. All right, the 21.5 foot long, 6 feet front to back, 3 feet tall Predator Bay 3000. Lucky for me, my nephew came over and helped me, and I was not sick that day, one day before I got sick, so we got a lot of progress on the 3,000 gallon. So as you can see over here on the right side, look at that. All of that substrate is gone. There's just a little bit of sand in there, which is fine because we're just going to be putting back sand. But we are all cleared up, all good to go. We come over to the right side, and we're cleaned all the way through to just this little pile left in the corner, which I'm going to knock out in this video. So we're going to see this thing ready to go everywhere. So safe to say the substrate problem has been conquered, or it will be here very shortly. So what do we do from here? Well, first of all, I can let you in on a little hint for the future of this aquarium. It is never going to not be saltwater from today on. I'm never going through that again. That was an enormous amount of material. Basically, I was able to do grading out there on the new annex on the outside for water because there was just so much substrate. It was nuts. So the next step is going to be 2 things really. One, I'm going to keep peeling off. I've removed a lot of it already, but I'm going to keep peeling off all the old lighting, and I'm going to start adding in some of the new lighting. At the same time, I'm going to work on the drain. So you see, when this tank was first set up, it had these over-the-top drains. You know, I was being super paranoid. I didn't want to drill holes in my beautiful tank I had just built, you know. So, but obviously a year went by, and I was like, that's ridiculous. So, drilled 2 holes, added 2 drains there. So the first thing I'm going to do is on each side of the tank, there's these overflow drains. There's one there, and there's one all the way at the end there. So both of those are going bye-bye, and I will be drilling 2 more recessed bulkhead drains in the tank. So that'll be the first thing, because that's going to create, you know, shaving dust and all that stuff. So I want to have everything clean on the bottom of the tank before I do that. So we're going to get the rest of the sand out in this video. Maybe we'll start drilling and we'll get the lights switched over. And then honestly after that, let's go around to the back. So after the drain situation is complete, we get down to the sump, this big, long, 21.5 foot sump. I have a lot of clean out to do, which, you know, I don't know how much of that I'll film. It's just, you know, cleaning it out, getting it ready to become a saltwater sump. And the returns were good there. So all the plumbing for the return stays. The amount of drainage we had just works for the return pumps. But the issue is it's not tall enough under here for the protein skimmer. My protein skimmer for this tank, it's not 6 feet tall, but it's more than 5 feet tall. So it's in that range. So it's not going to go into there. So I do have this space behind it. I have a lot of storage stuff over here. What I was thinking is, and I also have used to be the Growout tub, but right now it's just holding wood and stuff like that. But I'm ultimately trying to redo this whole back area. So this shelf, this area here, and these shelves I built over here. So I have something that's taking up a lot of space in my shed that I think I can get rid of pretty soon and free up a bunch of space, and maybe try to relocate all this out into the shed. And then what I was thinking is I might be able to build something, basically another sump over here, so I can basically have this sump. Some of the water from this sump would then divert over into this sump, and then without that shelving in the way, I could have protein skimmers, I could have mangrove, jungle, all kinds of things, right? And then return the water back over to this sump to be, pushed back up. So that's the tentative plan right now, but obviously it requires me getting rid of the thing that's taking up half my shed, which I have plans for. I've spoken to somebody about it, and we plan for them to come over in the spring and help me, and they had to bring a trailer for it and everything like that. But get that out of there, and then obviously moving all this junk will be fun. But I'll get a lot of this moved. Probably keep this shelf here, put all the food and everything, put everything here, make this better, put a some flat surfaces on it instead of just this mesh, clean out what's just junk, whatever. And I could probably consolidate all of the food and the small equipment onto this shelf here, and then all that big stuff down there. It's a bunch of plumbing and tubes, and most of it's plumbing actually. It can just go into the shed. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do first is run to the store, get the materials I need so we can finish the lights on the bog filter. After that, I'll come over here and shovel the rest of that substrate out, and I'll show you this tank completely cleaned out. And then we'll see from there whether we start on the returns or the lights. Okay, since we don't want anything to go to waste, we're going to take the old tops off of Predator Bay 3000, and we're going to repurpose them for the 4,500 gallon Xingu River Aquarium. Predator Bay 3000 is getting a whole new top configuration, so rather than try to adapt these, I'll just have new tops for that. But like I said, I don't want to go to waste. These things aren't cheap. So we're going to get them cleaned off, and then since Predator Bay is 6 feet wide, we're going to go ahead and chop off about a foot of these for the Xingu River, which is 5 feet from front to back. All right, time to power wash these guys. All right, we have tops almost completely done. So this far section down here to the right is all good. This is the only spot that still needs a top. I need to cut around that plant growing out and then drill a hole for that wood. So that's, like I said, the only one left. The albino Oscars putting on some size. Everyone's a little spooked with the new tops, but they're all still hanging out and doing great together. As we proceed down, yeah, we see tops, 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 and already just after a short period of time, cut down the humidity quite a bit. So that is good. We get tops all up here, and voila, lights for the bog filter. So we are fully lit up over here now, so I think this should certainly enhance the growth of these guys. It'd be interesting to see if this plant here, if he starts curving back up towards this light since it's closer. Hopefully he does. That'll spread him out because it's going to be a big plant. So be nice if he goes both this way and over this way. So, but yeah, looking good. 4,500 gallon. The riverbank is definitely kicking in. Looking good. All the fish, of course, are still doing their thing where they are all down here together, hanging out, because I was over there messing around, so they're like, all right, we're gonna go over here. But yeah, I can't wait to get more fish in here. Eventually, they're gonna have to spread out. I mean, there must be a point where I had enough fish and they won't just hang in a big group like they are right now. But man, the riverbank is really starting to look like I imagined. Pretty much though, what I'm looking for is you won't see any of the light gray on the wall behind there. It'll just be super all grown up and thick, kind of like you're getting in this area here. But we are one step closer with hoods and with lights in the bog filter. It's just a matter of building up the livestock now. So far, so good on the 4,500 gallon Xingu River Aquarium. All right, this is I was gonna say a big one, this is a huge moment. All of the substrate is out of the 3,000 gallon. Predator Bay 3,000 gallon is ready to finally be built up. It is a blank slate, ready to go. And oh my gosh, was moving all that out a royal pain in the rear, but it is done. Now I'm excited. Now we can get into sprucing this thing up. So in the next video, we're gonna drill in those bulkheads over here. You're gonna get 2 more bulkheads like you have in the back that are plumbed in, 1 over here, and then 1 all the way over here on the other side of the aquarium, and there will be no over-the-top drains like that. Everything will be plumbed in. I'm gonna take off all the old lighting, start putting in the new lighting, and then let's swing around back and let me tell you what I decided. Okay, so I am definitely going to be removing this shelving and building another big sump here. Let's see, this is probably about 12 feet or so. So there's going to be a 12-foot sump over on this side, and the reason for that is twofold. One, the sump under here, it doesn't have room for the protein skimmer or for big tall plants like mangroves to grow out. And 2, I need a place to grow up monster fish for the 3,000 gallon, and right now I don't have any place. But if I build a 12-foot long by 2-foot wide estuary over here, then I will have a place. So the protein skimmer will just take up a little section, and then we'll have about a 10-foot section will be an estuary just full of mango plants, mangrove plants, red mangroves. You know, nice sandy bottom and rock and everything. So that'll be perfect. So that'll give us an awesome nutrient export. It'll look really cool, and it'll be a place to grow out small sharks, rays, groupers, all that stuff before they go into the 3,000 gallon. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So like I said, I need a place for the grow out for the marine system. I'd rather not take a space in the sort of the presentation gallery of the basement. I'd rather have something like that behind there. So that'll be perfect. Plus, I've always wanted a mangrove estuary, so that's going to be awesome in and of itself. And it made me think I'm going to have to put a window in the front of that sump. That's basically just going to build another DIY aquarium there, and we're going to call it a sump because it's got to have a glass front to show off that awesome estuary. That's going to be awesome. And I've sort of thought about how I'll work the plumbing and everything. So you know, I'll have a feeder pump midway down the main sump, which will feed into it. Then it'll gravity feed back into the final chamber, so that'll be perfect. That'll also generate oxygen going back into the tank, so that'll be awesome. So I'm thinking what you're going to see a lot of right now is bouncing back and forth between the 3,000 gallon Predator Bay build and the double 1,200 gallons. So you know, we're going to do the plumbing, we're going to do the lighting, we're going to start building out an estuary sump aquarium, you know, up on that, you know, a few feet off the ground there in the back for the mangrove estuary. The grow outs for the 4,500 gallon, I think half of them, I think the silver dollars, the wide bars, the thin bars, and the Procholotus, flat-tail Procholotus, I think they're maybe a month away from being ready to go into the 4,500 gallon. You know, like I said, I'm feeding them a lot and I'm changing a lot of water, so they're growing pretty fast. So I think we're not too far away from that. I think hopefully that'll be something that pulls the rest of those guys and spreads them out a little bit. Because right now they all go everywhere together. It's definitely kind of cool, but it's just crazy seeing that humongous tank. It usually looks 90% empty because wherever they are, there's that 10%, and the rest is always empty. So looking forward to getting more fish in there. Basically spread everybody out. It'll be really cool. Plus it gets us closer to getting arowana in there. The tops are almost done. We have one little top left. And then I got to check every little spot, right? There's some spots that are going to need to have be filled in with something. I'll probably use Metalamat, you know, something like that, because you know arowana, if there's a crack they can get out, they're going to get out. So I have to make sure it's arowana proof. But I have to get it ready for the spring, had to get it covered and everything, because in the wintertime, the mini splits running the rest of the basement can handle the extra humidity from that. But we're building the double 1,200 gallon springs coming, and I haven't got the other mini split installed yet. So can't be playing around with the humidity, so tops are on. Already saw it knocked down 10% just like in 20 minutes or something. So plus I'll be putting in that mini split, so we'll get that taken care of. Oh man, so yeah, once these big builds get going, definitely kicks off a chain reaction after that. So there's no shortage of things going on. It's good to be back, get the energy level back, get cranking. So yeah, we got some big projects and we're working on them. So it's gonna be a lot of, so yeah, expect lots of progress on the 3,000 gallon Predator Bay and the double 1,200 gallons pretty much in the next series of videos. Gonna be a lot of progress on those tanks. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. See you guys soon.